Apex Legends comes with 6 legends out of the box, and 2 that you can unlock just from leveling up. With those 8 legends, there's a lot of cool techniques to be used, so today I've compiled one tip for each and every legend. My name is Nate, and this is Battle Royale Guides. This list is going to be best for those of you who've tried each legend and just want to learn some tricks to get better at each and every one. Even if you're a level 100 player, you might still learn something, but if you're that guy, don't get mad if you didn't learn anything about your specific main. You'll only probably learn about those that you don't play extensively. Before we get into it though, I have one general tip for each and every legend that you should know about. Also, make sure that you watch until the end of the video. We're giving away a ton of Apex coins with details in the outro. So if you're healing, you know that mobility is the #1 factor in keeping you from just outright healing as you run. Most of you think you're cool for knowing how to slide down a hill and heal, but I know how to slide and heal anywhere I want. Slide, start healing, then jump, let go of forward, and then tap left and right, left and right, left and right, jumping in between each switch, and you can slide forever and continually heal, which allows you to stay stealthy while getting those important heals down. This technique is difficult to explain and to use, so I'll put the exact raw inputs on the screen, but once you practice it, you'll get it down fast. I recommend going into the training area to do this, but now let's get into the individual legends. So at number 8, Wraith. You can hardbait enemies into thinking that you've taken your portal by activating your tactical ability into the void right before actually entering your portal. When you're running around in the void, you can't actually go through portals, but most players don't know that, or if you actually time it right, they just can't tell otherwise. You need to make sure that you give yourself a few feet of wiggle room before you actually press Q or whatever the button on console is, since you don't actually want to take the portal beforehand. The timing takes a bit to get down, but it's one of those strats that makes you feel like the 700 IQ genius that clutches even the most difficult of scenarios. At number 7, Pathfinder. Now, I really don't want to put this in here because I hate it when the enemy Pathfinders pull it on me, but if you grapple the ground as far away as possible and hit jump right as the grapple hits the ground, you can slingshot yourself forwards and upwards at an incredible speed, which is stupid crazy strong for rushing the enemy backline with a shotgun or a few arc stars. Again, the timing is important here, but this is probably one of the fastest ways to close the gap between you and those sweet, sweet kills. Just don't do it if it's me against you. Just preferably run towards me with no weapons equipped because I need all the help that I can get. Bamboozling his way into number 6, Mirage. So Mirage's ult sucks, nobody disagrees with that. If you see a Mirage pop this ability, you definitely know that it's not one of those random clones standing out in a perfect circle, so there's really no questioning what's a clone or what isn't. However, if you activate your ult, jump a half second later, and then move backwards, your clones will run. Now, I don't play that much Mirage, but I found this on Reddit, and apparently it's pretty difficult to pull off, so stock up on your ultimate accelerants and practice this a bit before you try and pull off the Mega Bamboozle. At number 5, Lifeline. Now, I don't have any one good tip for her, so here's a few in rapid fire. If you're getting pushed, faking a res is a good idea sometimes because it temporarily allows you cover. Do this if your third ally is with you and needs to heal. You can go for a res while he heals and that shield will protect you both. Your ult can also block doors, so while this may be super situational, sometimes calling your ult to completely block certain doorways could be super useful depending on your enemy's angle of attack. And finally, constantly just stockpile on ultimate accelerants. Eat as many of them as you can constantly, since you're always going to get good defensive items for your teams through those drops. Following that at number 4, Gibraltar. Now, okay, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Gibraltar kinda sucks, and he's definitely one of the lower tier heroes, if not the worst, so I don't have any playtime except one game on him, and apparently the internet too. So the best thing that I could find was that you can put your shield, your bubble shield thing, on Lifeline's health drone for a portable shield, which actually does have some interesting uses, but really, there's not much out there that I could find about him. If one of you in the comments wants to show me otherwise, maybe I'll pin the comment, but I searched for hours and hours and hours, so best of luck finding something advanced for him. Coming in at number 3, Caustic. I will forever refer to this technique as hotboxing, but basically his traps will block doors. So you can place a trap outside a door to lock somebody in a room. So if you place a trap in the room, go out the door and place a second trap right outside the door, they're going to be hotboxed with your toxic gas, and it's a great way to have a few seconds to grab an aid or some heals and then return and kill your locked enemies. And if you're feeling really fancy, you can hide up on doors like these and drop your loot to bait the enemies into your room, leading to some of the most satisfyingly maniacal plays, albeit a bit questionable. After that, at number 2, Bloodhound. Most of you who play Bloodhound or Bangalore know how well he works with smokes. By popping your ultimate, you can see through the smokes and basically have a one-way sightline against the enemy, which is crazy strong. But what a lot of people don't consider is how strong he also is against Caustic. If there's any room with traps, you can pop your ult and the speed buff pretty much cancels out the slowdown, and the red highlighting contrasts well against the green, meaning that you can pretty much cancel out the toxic gas with your ult, which is a great way to surprise a team chilling in their own fart fumes. Or you can have your Caustic pop his ability, and you can also negate the fumes since they do affect your allies if you're playing Caustic. It's actually a strat that warrants the use of Caustic on your own team, bringing Caustic from a low tier pick to a considerably more appealing pick. And last but not least, at number 1, Bangalore. So Bloodhound's tactical ability is a great way to scan a room for nearby enemy forces, but what a lot of people don't realize also is that Bangalore practically has 2 of these. If you launch a smoke into a room, it will deal 10 damage in a considerably large area, which, while it isn't enough to actually kill anything, it is a good way to detect whether or not there are enemies hiding in that room. Then, if you push with a gun that has threat detector scope, you're basically able to find the enemy position, allow yourself to push in, and then get kills while the enemy thinks that they're safe. It's also a fun way to scare the hell out of an enemy, so, that's a good idea too. But anyway, that's been today's video. If you guys want to join the Apex Coins giveaway, get yourself entered by subscribing and then following the link in the description down below. Also, make sure that you do both so that you actually do get entered. If you enjoyed this video, we're going to be putting out a ton more Apex content, so do consider hitting us with a sub or at least a like on this video. But anyway, that's all for now. My name is Nate, and this has been Battle Royale Guides.